The truth about why chosen ones go through low vibrations. Have you ever wondered why the most awakened, the most spiritually gifted, the most divinely chosen individuals often go through the deepest darkness? Why is it that those who are meant to bring light into the world seem to experience some of the heaviest, most painful low vibrations? If you are someone who has always felt different, like you were meant for something greater, yet you find yourself constantly facing struggle, pain, and emotional turmoil, you are not alone. And you are not cursed. You are simply being prepared. The world we live in operates on a duality, light and dark, high and low, positive and negative. But here's the secret that most people don't understand. The greater your calling, the deeper your initiation, the more powerful your energy, the more resistance you will face, not because the universe is against you, but because it is refining you. It is sharpening your soul, cleansing your energy, and forcing you to break free from illusions. If you are meant to be a guide, a healer, a leader, you cannot walk the easy path. You must walk through the fire, not because you deserve to suffer, but because on the other side of that fire, you become untouchable.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Low vibrations, sadness, anxiety, fear, anger, doubt are not punishments. They are signals. They are the universe's way of showing you where you still need to heal, where you still need to grow, where you are still holding on to something that is not in alignment with your highest self. Most people run from these emotions. They numb themselves, distract themselves, suppress them. But the chosen ones? We are forced to face them head-on. And this is where transformation happens. I think about this. Why do the strongest warriors go through the hardest training? Why do the most brilliant minds go through the toughest lessons? Because mastery requires challenge. Enlightenment requires breaking through illusions. If you are going through low vibrations, it is not because you are failing. It is because you are elevating. You are being stripped of everything that no longer serves you so that you can rise into your highest frequency. But let's go deeper. Why do these low vibrations feel so intense for chosen ones? It's because we are more sensitive to energy. We don't just feel our own struggles, we absorb the collective energy of the world. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the heaviness, the sadness, the unspoken pain of the people around you? That is because you are not just living in this world, you are connected to it. And this sensitivity is both a gift and a burden. It allows you to understand others, to heal, to guide, but it also means you carry an emotional weight that most people will never understand. And then there's the spiritual resistance. The moment you decide to step into your power, the moment you start waking up to your divine purpose, the old energies, the old paradigms, the old belief systems will fight to pull you back. Not because they are stronger than you, but because they know what you are capable of. The darkness does not waste time trying to dim a light that isn't powerful. If you feel like everything is trying to break you right now, it is because you are about to break through. So I want to ask you, what if, instead of resisting the low vibrations, you leaned into them? What if, instead of fearing the darkness, you asked it what it was here to teach you? What if you stopped seeing your struggles as signs of failure and started seeing them as signs of ascension? Because the truth is, the chosen ones do not go through low vibrations because they are weak. We go through them because we are meant to rise. The spiritual science of low vibrations, why they are not what you think. Most people believe that low vibrations are something to be feared, something to escape from as quickly as possible. But what if everything you've been taught about them is wrong? What if low vibrations are not your enemy, but your greatest teacher? What if the pain, the sadness, the doubt, the frustration, everything you are trying to run from is actually the key to your transformation? The truth is, low vibrations are not what you think they are. They are not punishments. They are not signs that you are failing. They are not proof that you are unworthy. They are simply energy, and energy is neutral. It is our perception, our resistance, our interpretation that determines whether we suffer or whether we evolve. When we experience low vibrations, what is actually happening is that our energy is shifting, recalibrating, purging. Think about it. If you were carrying a backpack filled with heavy rocks and someone asked you to climb a mountain, what would happen? You would struggle. You would feel weighed down. But is the mountain punishing you? No. The struggle is not because the mountain is against you. It is because you are carrying something that is making the journey harder. And that is exactly what happens in your spiritual journey. Every low vibration you feel is showing you the weight you are still carrying. Old wounds, limiting beliefs, past traumas, unconscious fears, these are the energetic rocks that are slowing you down. And the only way to ascend is to release them. This is why chosen ones go through intense waves of low vibrations. It is not because we are weak. It is because we are being prepared for something greater. Every breakdown is a breakthrough in disguise. Every moment of darkness is an initiation into deeper wisdom. This is the spiritual science of low vibrations. They are not random. They are not meaningless. They are a necessary part of evolution. Just like a snake must shed its skin to grow, just like a seed must crack open before it can become a tree, we must go through energetic deaths before we can step into our highest selves. But here is where most people get stuck. Instead of allowing the process, they resist it. They judge themselves. They ask, why am I feeling this way? What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy? And in doing so, they create even more suffering. Because the truth is, low vibrations are not the problem, our resistance to them is. Imagine standing in a river, and instead of flowing with the current, you start fighting against it. What happens? You exhaust yourself. You create unnecessary struggle. But the moment you surrender, the moment you stop fighting and start trusting, the current carries you exactly where you need to go. So what if, instead of resisting low vibrations, you embrace them? What if, instead of labeling them as bad, you became curious about them? What if, instead of trying to escape them, you asked, what is this here to teach me? What part of me is still holding on to something that no longer serves me? Because the moment you shift your perspective, everything changes. Low vibrations stop being something you fear and start becoming something you learn from. And when you learn from them, you transcend them. And here's something even more powerful. Low vibrations are not just about your personal journey. Chosen ones often experience deep emotional lows because we are not just clearing our own energy, we are clearing collective energy. Have you ever felt waves of sadness, anxiety, or heaviness that seem to come out of nowhere? That's because as a chosen one, as a healer, as a guide, you are deeply connected to the collective consciousness. You are not just experiencing your own emotions, you are feeling the energy of the world. And this is why you must master your own energy. Because the world does not need more people who are stuck in low vibrations. The world needs people who can transmute them, who can take pain and turn it into wisdom, who can take darkness and turn it into light. But here's the final truth. Low vibrations do not last forever. They are temporary. They are passing waves. And the more you allow them, the faster they move through you. The more you resist them, the more stuck you become. So the next time you find yourself in a low vibration, do not panic. Do not judge yourself. Do not believe the illusion that you are failing. Instead, remind yourself, I am evolving. I am releasing. I am being prepared for something greater. Because the truth is, you are not being punished. You are being transformed. How to transmute low vibrations into power and manifestation. If you truly understood how powerful low vibrations are, you would never fear them again. You would never resist sadness, never run from pain, never suppress doubt. You would see them for what they truly are, raw energy, waiting to be transformed. Most people believe that in order to manifest, in order to attract abundance, love, success, or clarity, they must always be in a high vibration. They think that feeling low is a sign of failure, that struggling means they are out of alignment. But this is one of the greatest illusions of manifestation. The truth is, low vibrations are not blocks, they are fuel. They are unprocessed energy that, when properly harnessed, can become the most powerful force for creation. I think about fire. Fire can destroy, but it can also transform. It can burn down a house, but it can also forge steel. It all depends on how it is directed. Low vibrations work the same way. If you let them consume you, if you drown in your sadness, if you let fear paralyze you, they will destroy your energy. But if you learn to channel them, to alchemize them, they become your greatest source of power. Every chosen one must learn this skill, how to take the heavy, dense emotions and transmute them into something greater. Because the truth is, the most powerful manifestations often come from the darkest moments. Look at the people who have changed the world. The great artists, the visionaries, the leaders, the spiritual teachers. They did not create from a place of constant happiness. They created from their pain, from their struggles, from their lowest points. Every masterpiece of music, every profound piece of art, every revolutionary idea was born from someone who learned to take their suffering and turn it into something divine. This is spiritual alchemy, the ability to take what was meant to break you and use it to build something greater. But how do you do this? How do you take low vibrations and turn them into power? The first step is awareness. Most people experience low vibrations unconsciously. They feel sadness, anger, or fear and immediately react. They distract themselves, numb themselves, or spiral into self-pity. But if you want to transmute energy, you must first become aware of it. The next time you feel a low vibration rising, do not suppress it. Do not run from it. Instead, observe it. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to show me? What is the message here? Every low vibration carries wisdom. It is revealing something that needs to be healed, something that needs to be released, something that is asking for your attention. Once you have awareness, the next step is expression. Energy must move. If you do not allow low vibrations to move through you, they become stagnant, trapped in your energy field, manifesting as physical pain, anxiety, or emotional heaviness. This is why movement is so powerful. Dance, exercise, create, write, speak, do whatever you need to do to give that energy an outlet. The most powerful way to transmute energy is through creation. Take your pain and turn it into art. Take your fear and turn it into action. Take your sadness and turn it into wisdom. The moment you express energy in a new form, you have transformed it. But the final and most powerful step is intention. Low vibrations become destructive when they are left unchecked, but when you infuse them with intention, they become your greatest tool for manifestation. Instead of saying, I feel stuck, I feel lost, I feel heavy, start saying, I am gathering energy for my next breakthrough. I am being prepared for something greater. I am transforming this pain into power. The moment you shift your perspective, everything changes. Because the truth is, manifestation does not happen from avoiding low vibrations, it happens from mastering them. So I want to ask you, what would happen if you stopped fearing your struggles? What would happen if, instead of seeing low vibrations as obstacles, you saw them as the raw material for your greatest manifestations? Because the truth is, everything you are going through right now is not blocking you, it is building you. The energy you feel, no matter how heavy, is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are being given the exact power you need to create something extraordinary. The final secret why the darkest moments come right before your breakthrough. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when they reach the edge of everything they have ever known. A moment where the weight of low vibrations feels unbearable, where everything seems to be collapsing, where nothing makes sense anymore. It is in this moment that many people give up. They assume that because things feel so dark, they must be on the wrong path. They assume that because they feel lost, they must not be chosen after all. But what they do not realize is that this moment, the moment of absolute darkness, is the final test before the breakthrough. I think about it. Before the dawn, the night is always darkest. Before a seed sprouts, it must first be buried in the soil, left in complete darkness, where no one can see its growth. Before a phoenix rises, it must burn completely to ashes. This is the way transformation works. The universe does not test you with challenges to break you. It tests you to see if you are ready to rise. And the reason why the lowest vibrations come right before the breakthrough is because they are the final purge, the final shedding of everything that is no longer in alignment with where you are going. Have you ever noticed that right before something incredible happens in your life, there seems to be chaos? Right before a major shift, you lose relationships, things fall apart, you feel uncertain, doubtful, exhausted. This is not coincidence. This is energy rearranging itself. The old must fall away so that the new can emerge. But most people don't recognize this process for what it is. They assume that, because things are difficult, it must mean they are failing. But in reality, they are being positioned for their next level. The reason why this process feels so heavy is because you are undergoing an energetic upgrade. Imagine a computer that is running on an outdated system. In order to install a new, more advanced operating system, the old one must first be deleted. There is a moment in between where the screen goes black, where nothing seems to be working, where everything is being reset. That moment of darkness is not failure. It is transition. And that is exactly what happens to you before a breakthrough. The old energy, the old beliefs, the old limitations, they are being deleted so that you can step into a new, higher version of yourself. But here's where most people get stuck. Instead of allowing the process, they fight it. They panic. They cling to the old, even as it is trying to leave. They try to hold on to relationships, jobs, identities, and beliefs that are no longer meant for them. And this resistance is what creates suffering. The process itself is not meant to be painful. It is our attachment to the past that creates pain. So what if, instead of resisting, you trusted? What if, instead of seeing the darkness as a sign of failure, you saw it as proof that you are on the edge of something incredible? What if, instead of panicking when things fell apart, you celebrated, knowing that the breakdown is always the final stage before the breakthrough? Because the truth is, the universe is not punishing you. It is preparing you. And this is why chosen ones go through low vibrations more intensely than anyone else. Because we are being prepared for something greater. We are being asked to let go of everything that is not truly aligned with our purpose. We are being asked to release everything that is keeping us small, so that we can step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. And the only way to do that is to go through the fire, to face the darkness, to surrender to the transformation. But here's the final secret. The moment you stop resisting, the breakthrough happens instantly. All of the suffering, all of the heaviness, all of the doubt, it dissolves the moment you stop fighting the process. Because the truth is, you were never stuck, you were never lost, you were never broken. You were simply becoming. And the moment you embrace that, the moment you stop fearing the darkness and start trusting it, you step into your power in a way that nothing can shake. So I want to ask you, what if everything you are going through right now is not a sign that you are failing, but a sign that you are about to rise? What if the low vibrations are not here to break you, but to prepare you? What if the challenges are not obstacles, but invitations? Because the truth is, the darkest moments always come right before the breakthrough. And the only thing left for you to do is trust that your time is now.